Hello, this is Marcus. On this channel, I talk about Eldiron, my creator for classical CRPGs, both in 2D and 3D. If you are interested in retro CRPGs, please give me a like and subscribe or join my Patreon. Okay, in the latest version of Eldiron, version 0.91, we have new 3D editing. And in the past, Eldiron had already 3D editing, but it was more an extension of the 2D mode. In the 2D camera, you could draw tiles and sectors and then expand these 2D geometry into 3D, into walls, and then put roofs on top and so on. But it was not really a full 3D editing, and it was also not really great to create multi-level objects with it or scenes with it. So now 3D and 2D are completely separated in Eldiron. You have 2D modes to create 2D games. I have several videos about that. And in 3D, you create 3D games. And so I want to talk a bit about the editing and how it looks. If we press play here, you can see the avatars, the characters here, the NPC are already fully enabled for 3D navigation. They go upstairs and they go from here to the guardhouse, to the street, and now he goes back up to the top of the guard, to the gate. We can play it. This is our 3D camera. We can walk up the stairs here to the guardhouse. We can switch to the easy mode, and we could fight the guard if we wanted to, but it's not really a demonstration about the rule set or something. It's more about 3D editing in this video. And okay, so let's start. We have on the left here object mode, face mode, vertex mode, line depth or edge mode and vertex mode. So like in every 3D program, you can select geometries and create new geometry with the create box action here. These actions adjust to the current selection. So create box alone would create a box in the middle of the scene, but let's select the side here, or the side face of that floor box, and we can just create a new box attached to that face by applying the create box when that face is selected. Now we can just go do size. We can zoom in a bit and just move that box up to become a wall here. And yeah, you can now select faces, and in faces you could, you can extrude the face, you can inset, you can subdivide to have subfaces. You can apply tiles to faces, either in repeat or in scale mode. You can, let's make this a bit bigger. And we can, for example, we have actions for carving stuff out of faces or out of objects. For example, here we have this cut stairs action, which cuts stairs into the selected faces of a box. So now we have a stair, which you could freely navigate, go up, down. You can, of course, also apply palette colors to faces. And the nice thing about faces is that you have a special mode where you can create details, face details on the face. let's create a small detail here, and that this detail is lossless. So it stays, it's saved with the geometry, and you can do whatever you want with it. You can create, for example, a cutout for it, or you could create a groove which creates a face detail, which is nice. For example, I created here for the gate some pattern of a brick pattern, which without doing any applying tiles or anything, this just is nice to create some detail on the on the on the geometry. We also could create patterns, select the face and create patterns on it, like this brick pattern here, and then you can just create grooves. When you select an object, you have always on the button, you always have the shortcuts, which what you can do at this moment, like you plus minus for push pull, or for moving the geometry. So you have all the details of the current gizmo always in the status bar. Yeah, so this is the basis of the new 3D editing in Eldiron. It's fully enabled for multi-level editing. And for the next version of Eldiron, I will create a full example, probably like a dungeon-based example, how to create a full scene, playable scene in Eldiron. This is right now the gate example here is more or less like a test environment for me to test the scripting, the go-to comments, and the gameplay. And in the next version, I will have a complete playable demo. So thank you very much. That was a short overview of the new 3D editing, and see you in the next video.